guys, welcome to Rhinofeed. Today I'm going to be checking out the Cherry MX Silent switches. I have both the Cherry MX Silent Red and the Cherry MX Silent Black, and those are the only two that are available. However, they also come in RGB versions as well. I don't have those, but that does not make a difference to the sound, so it doesn't really matter. Cherry has sent me the G80 3000 keyboard, which is their own keyboard. And these switches have actually been exclusive to Corsair for about a year now, so they're finally being released to other manufacturers, which is actually pretty cool. But I also picked up the Corsair Strafe Silent Red and Corsair Strafe Cherry Red. So that way I can do a direct comparison between the two switches. I have the silent switches, Silent Red, regular red, got my T, and I have the Cherry MX Silent Black. And I do a sound test comparison of them all. So, yeah. These switches are linear and they mimic Cherry MX Black and Cherry MX Reds. Both have the same actuation force as their non-silent versions, so 45 centinewtons for MX Red and 60 centinewtons for MX Black. The actuation point is also the same at 2 mm. To distinguish them, Cherry MX Silent Black switches are a dark gray, and Cherry MX Silent Red switches are a light red or pink color. They're also available in RGB versions with clear housings. So what has Cherry done to make these switches quieter? Well, they have done something pretty innovative. They've built a TPE dampener right into the switch stem. It extends through the stem to the top and bottom of the switch to reduce both the top-out noise and the bottom-out noise. Top-out noise is created when the switch returns to its original unpressed state, and bottom-out noise is created when you press the switch down to its furthest point. By doing this, key travel is reduced slightly from 4 mm to 3.7 mm, but this reduction in travel distance is much less than adding O-rings to your keyboard or landing pads. O-rings generally start at 1.5 mm and go up to 3 mm. Which often only works with taller OEM keycaps instead of lower profile Cherry-style keycaps. I've tried O-rings before, but I would not recommend them at all. If you want to reduce bottom-out noise on any Cherry-style switch, I would recommend checking out Elite Keyboard's landing pads, which I've actually reviewed, so you can check out that video. O-rings and landing pads only reduce the noise when bottoming out, however. But there are also GMK QMX clip sound dampeners or Silencio silencing clips that quiet both the upstroke and the downstroke when typing. QMX clips only work on PCB mounted switches, and Silencios reduce travel by 0.9 mm. I haven't tried either of them, so I can't really say whether or not you'll like them. Is this the quietest switch? They aren't silent like the name suggests, but they are much quieter. However, the plate, case, and keycaps of the keyboard you use can all change the sound of your keyboard dramatically. This is why I've compared these switches using the same exact keyboard, the Corsair Strafe, to make sure you can hear the relative difference. As you can see, the Cherry MX silent keyboards are about 5 decibels quieter than the non-silent versions, especially when you look at the Corsair Strafe specifically. Interestingly, the Topre keyboard is only about 1 decibel more than the silent Cherry switch, which I found pretty interesting because I really like Topre switches. As a second test, I hit the spacebar as hard as I possibly could, unrealistically so. You would never type that way in real life, but at least it gives you an idea of the maximum level that these keyboards could get. Obviously, this means that the MX Silents aren't quite as quiet, but seriously, you'd never type that way. As far as the typing experience goes, it's actually pretty good. I like Cherry MX Reds, and the silent version doesn't add too much mushiness to the switch. You definitely notice the dampener in there, but it is way better than adding an O-ring or landing pads. And the clips, I'm not really sure, like I said. Thank you so much for watching this very video. I hope you've enjoyed, and as always, please rate, comment, and subscribe.